channel called Joe Primal, and Joe's a good guy. He puts out a video about once a year, or excuse me, about once a month, and he brings up good conversation, good topics, good stuff. He does cool things. If you don't know him, check him out. He is a good guy. We've been kind of going back and forth and talking about, there's a lot of talk that I think is not going to happen. But there's a lot of talk about, possible civil war and, what's going to happen. And he brought up, could you actually sack a city? And in all honesty, the gangs really control the cities right now. And I don't think it would be worth even trying to enter a city. New York City, for example, is an island. You screw up the bridges, you screw up the tunnels, put a couple boats, around it so nobody leaves. And according to FEMA, the city's on its knees and it's burning in 3 days. So why would you want to go there? As soon as something goes sideways, the gangs are going to take over their territory. There's going to be a war that's going to break out. Anybody that's not in a gang is going to be caught in the middle. You can run out of food in a little, very short time. And then, you're on the side of the bridge, you got a rowboat with bread in it. What's that worth? I don't know. I think that would be a good trade for every jewelry store that was in the city that got robbed. St. Louis has the river running right through the middle of it, where the arches are. So you close off one side, and you close off the other, and you shut down the river, and that's it. It's over. Chicago is on the side of the bottom of the Great Lakes. Put a line across, the southern side of Chicago and let it burn and let them come to you. I don't think there's any reason to go into a city. Los Angeles, turn off the water. People are on their knees in a minute. San Francisco, it's a harbor. Surround it. And I don't think there's any reason to go into a city. I don't know that there's any reason to get involved with that at all. Smaller cities, where I live, Pottsville is the big city. There's maybe 9,000-10,000 people in it. It's all mountains around it. It's you could set up a few snipers or something, and you could shut down anybody trying to come or go. I don't know why you would bother. It's the coal region. There's a lot of farms. There's a lot of coal. There's a lot of energy. It's going to go on like nothing ever happened. I think it's 26 power plants in Schuylkill County. They all burn natural gas or coal. We'll all switch to coal, and the lights will stay on, and that's that. The farms will provide food, and life goes on. Get into some of the big cities. I don't know if there's anything worth trying to get in there to take. I don't think, conversation kind of turned to, like the Goths and the Visigoths and the Vandals, sacking Rome. I don't think there's anything worth taking in any of the major cities. You're going to gold. You're going to rob a jewelry store. What's gold going to buy you? If things break down to that point, having a chest full of, rings and earrings and necklaces or whatever, what's that really going to get you? It's going to get you nothing. You can melt it down and mint your own coin, if you with a giant kingdom or something, but why bother? Bullets, bullets and band-aids and food. That's the that's capital. Um, so I don't know. You know, he brings up a good point. You know, how could you sack a modern city? But having said that, I don't know if it would be worth the while. I don't know. You know, say you need 5,000 men, 5,000 soldiers. Don't want to be politically incorrect. 5,000 soldiers, men and women, and you're going to send them in there, and you're going to lose, you know, 500, 1,000. Uh, for what? Nothing you can eat. Nothing you can. Nothing that's worth anything. You know, there's no. It's not like you're going to take over a, you know, manufacturer that you can retrofit to make armaments, or, you know, cities really don't produce anything anymore. Um, the outskirts of the cities, no, that's a different story. You know, go in and take over a you know, a car plant, you know, and continue making cars, make firearms, make, you know, something useful, farm tractors. But taking off you know, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, Detroit, New York, uh, you know, major cities, there's nothing there anymore. There's nothing worth taking. There's nothing worth looting. There's nothing worth stealing. There's nothing. So, in a hypothetical world, if things got to that point, um, I don't think trying to sack a city is worthwhile. Um, yeah, having those thinking along those lines, I don't think causing suffering is a good thing. I don't think any of it's good. You know, honestly, I think getting very vocal and voting and keeping things civil. You know, being a good person, and see somebody on the side of the road, have your Trump sticker on, have, you know, on the back of your car, have your you know, I'm conservative and I vote, have the whatever, and stop on the side of the road. And maybe the person's going to be conservative, just like you. Maybe they're a, you know, Kool-Aid drinking Bernie Sanders, I'm a communist. But at least they're going to say, hey, listen, you know, those people aren't so bad. They stopped and helped me change a tire, or they waited for me for the tow truck to show up because the computer on my car crapped out, or whatever. You know, I think that's the way the revolution is won, without a lot of suffering. Um, anyway, shout out to Joe Primal. He's a really good guy. We've been going back and forth and talking for, you know, I do a video, he does a video, other people do videos, there's live chats. He's a good guy, and now he's one of those people. You know, when I got time to travel, I'm definitely gonna swing by and have a cup of coffee or a beer with him. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Bye.